SoDak16 in Brandon, South Dakota, in the state of South Dakota on this Saturday afternoon. My name is Ken McEwen. I'll be bringing you your play-by-play, like always, for Lynx TV and the boys basketball team, as I am joined by our color commentator this evening, or this afternoon, I should say. As always, also, Bob Arnold, welcome.
Hey, it's great to be here. We got a good afternoon of basketball against two pretty good teams in the state of South Dakota. They did meet a little bit earlier this year, and the Lynx were able to come out victorious. But today's a new day. We got to come out. We got to play our standard solid defense. We've got to get some timely shots, and the winner goes on to the state tournament, and the non-victor gets to be done for the season, Ken.
Absolutely. The number 2 seed in the SoDak16, that's what we call it here in South Dakota. If you're just joining us on Lynx TV YouTube around the world, or on Alliance Channel 226 on your cable television, this is the SoDak16, the Sweet 16, to punch your ticket, and it is on this Saturday in AA in the state of South Dakota, to punch your ticket to the state tournament, which would start next week. Your Lynx rate.
No.
Excuse me, go ahead.
Just so that we're not confusing anybody.
Yeah.
The state tournament is on the 20th through the 22nd.
Oh.
Not next week.
So that's the girls' state tournament?
To be honest, I'm not certain,
Okay.
Ken.
Right.
No, I can't say that I know everything, but I do got this nice sheet in front of me, and I can read, and it says that's the 20th through the 22nd.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
just so that nobody's tuning in, trying to find it next week, and it's not there.
Well, we want to welcome you, and it is a pretty packed house on a Saturday afternoon. As we know, there's a lot of basketball going on in this region, as the Summit Tournament is live and well in Sioux Falls, as the Jackrabbits, the home team, one of the home teams, I should say, kind of the home team in the Summit Tournament, right, just to the north. The girls were victorious. They're heading to the championship game tomorrow for the Summit League tournament, and the USD boys play this evening to try to punch their ticket to tomorrow. SoDak16 Saturday, we are live on channel 226 on Alliance Communications and YouTube around the world, Lynx TV YouTube, and here is our national anthem.
Veterans and active duty military not in
And welcome back, as that was our national anthem, and thank you to the Brandon Valley Pep Band for presenting that for us. Like I said, SoDak16 in the state of South Dakota, and we are here for it as your Lynx boys are trying to punch their ticket into the state tournament this afternoon. The girls, your Lynx girls, punched their ticket yesterday, Bob.
Absolutely, they did last night. They, I believe, won like 67 to 40, 62 to 47, something of that nature. But in either scenario, they're going to go on to the state tournament. They will be the number 2 seed in the state tournament, and so they've got a pretty good seeding there, and they've had an excellent season. And we're hoping that the Lynx boys can follow along after today's game.
Absolutely. So the starters this evening are going to go like this. For the Governors, number 4 is going to be Sawyer, Sun and Shine. And number 5, I'm going to let you participate in that one, Bob.
Eladio Simental.
Right. And number 10, he is a senior. That's Dawson Getz. Number 13 is Lincoln Dilgas. And number 23, to round out the starters, for the Governors is going to be Luke Olson. For your number 2 ranked team in the state of South Dakota in AA in the SoDak16 today is going to be number 3. That's going to be Mock Mayan. Number 5, he is a senior also with Mock Mayan. That's number 5, Landon Delaney, a senior. Number 10, Aiden Zur, a junior. Number 12 is Briggs Knutson. And a sophomore this evening, your center, is going to be at number 20, Austin Dowd. The Lynx are led by Coach Craig Nelson and his staff, and we're going to open this up, Bob. It's been a little bit of time here since we've called a game. The last game that we participated in, right, in calling the game, the zone defense was tremendous. Let's see if that happens this evening or this afternoon. I keep calling it this evening because we're used to calling evening games, right? But hopefully the Lynx defense, which was catapulted them into the number 2 seed, really takes over in its tournament time. We're not in the state tournament yet. You talked about 2 weeks from now, but this is tournament time. This is punching your ticket right now.
Yeah, this is when the intensity picks up, because if you lose now, you get to go home and stay for the season. So you were talking about the zone defense. Now, all season long, up until the Mitchell game 2 games ago, their bread and butter has always been the man-to-man defense. And they might, on an occasional trip down the court, throw in a zone just to do something different. And as soon as the other team thinks they got it figured out, they go back. Well, in the Mitchell game, after the first quarter, and they were down 17-4, they switched to a zone defense that just stifled the then Colonels of Mitchell, and they come back and won a very tight game, 42-36. Now that kind of catapulted them to when they played their game on the 28th, when they played Huron, which is a very good ball club, and they won that game 58-44. So those last 2 victories kind of took them from the number 4 spot up to the number 2 spot, and brings us to where we are today. So these 2 teams played early in the year. Like I said, the Lynx come out victorious. For the Governors, they've kind of what I like to call a 2-headed monster. They've got number 10, Dawson Getz, who's averaging just about 13 points and 5 rebounds a game. And they've got number 23, Luke Olson, who averages just about 13 points a game and 5 rebounds a game as well. So the Lynx got their hands full. You can't just stop a good player, because they've got a couple of them. And we'll see what Coach Nelson has worked up on the whiteboard for this particular game today.
Absolutely, as we're about to tip this one off on a 3 o'clock afternoon. It's 2 minutes after 3. We're going to get this battle started across, and we'll give you hopefully scores, possibly. Well, we might not be able to, as Somebody's phone has shut down, but I guess I could pull up my app and give you the scores. But let's show the support to this game and the Lynx to do battle. Lynx, and that's Mock Mayan controls the tip-off for the Lynx. Lynx on offense. They are in white, Governors in full green. Delaney, no good, as he tried to attempt a reverse layup. That one's no good. This is the start of the SoDak16, number 2 seed against number 15 seed. That's going to be Zur. He grabs the rebound, and he's going to pull it up on offense. They go right into Dowd. Good defense by the Governors as number 13. That's going to be Dilgus with the steal.
You know, he's a 6'4" junior, so he's got a little bit of a height for the Governors.
Dilgus, he hands it off to number 5. That's going to be Simontal, and there is a quick shot by number 23. Olsen. It's no good. Delaney's going to push it. Zur now over Delaney, hands it off. They play catch together, and now back over to Knutson, the point guard for the Lynx. Now they go to Zur. They really want to find Dowd. The last 2 possessions. Delaney kicks it out. Zur for 3. No good. As that one is off. Lynx 0 for 2 beginning of this first quarter.
That should have been a traveling, and it was.
Traveling, turnover on the Governors. First turnover on the Governors. As this score is 0-0, always in tournament time. The nerves are up, right, Bob? And a lot of times you're trying to force things really along offensively, and we may see a few turnovers early in this ball game.
Yeah, you want to get off to a good start, so you're trying to make those extraordinary passes, and sometimes you just need the basics to get the ball going.
Delaney. Now to Zur. They go back into Dowd. They've been trying to force that into Dowd. Double team comes. Dowd kicks it out to Mayan. Up and no good. He does not find the first points of this ball game. It's still 0-0. Governors coming down with Olsen. He's guarded by Delaney. Delaney typically guards the top offensive player for the Governors for Coach Nelson. As that's going to be number 13. No, it's going to be 4. That's going to be Sun and Shine. Now they're going to go back over to Olsen. They go dip it right into Gilgis. Great defense by Dowd. He blocks it. Mayan's going to go down the court. Fast break. It is another turnover. I think we predicted it, Bob.
Maybe we shouldn't have said anything, Ken.
5, Simontel. They go right into their center, number 13. He connects. That's Dilgus, number 13. Connects for the first 2 points of this one. Governors take the lead 2-0. Delaney's going to slow it up with about 5 to go first quarter. Delaney's going to dribble with his left hand. He looks to Zur. Not a lot of ball movement so far for the Lynx. They're trying to force it inside. That's Zur. Now Knutson with the left-handed dribble. Zur connects. No, that reverse layup is no good. As the Governors are going to push it, that's going to be Simontel. Now he hands it off to his teammate Getz. Olsen, the point guard for the Governors, resets the offense with about 20 seconds to go. They do go over to Sun and Shine. That 3 is no good. Out of bounds, Governors.
All right, so it looks like we got Braden Millers checking into the game for the Lynx. Hopefully we can get a little bit of offense started here and see if we can get going. I think all we need to do is to see that ball go through the hoop one time for us to regain the confidence. And it looks like McInerney is checking into the game as well.
Along with number 40, Hennon. So on the court is McInerney, number 22, 12 Knutson, 5 Delaney, 40 Hennon, and Miller is number 24. He dribbles with the right hand. Lynx have not put up any points so far. That is almost a turnover from Knutson to Delaney. Delaney's super athletic, picks that one up off the shoe tips in the corner. That one's no good. Delaney's there for the rebound. It's tied. Delaney with the first 2 points of this ball game. First 2 points for the Lynx. It's 2-2.
Yeah, that was a nice. He kind of was watching the shooter and could sense that it was going to be long. went in there, got the rebound, and put it right back up. That's a good offensive rebound.
Welcome on channel 226 from with your Alliance channel on cable television and Lynx YouTube around the world. We're in the SoDak16 on this Saturday in March. Big rebound, big steal by Miller. He's going to push it to Knutson. Knutson and Delaney, the only starters on the court right now that started the game. As Knutson taps his head, I assume that's an offensive play. They go into Hennon. McInerney for three. He hits it.
That was a big one for confidence-wise. His shot hasn't been super stellar the last few games. That's got to give him a lot of confidence.
It is 5-2, Lynx on top. They are the number 2 ranked team in the SoDak16, the Sweet 16 in AA, and there is an answer by Sunshine for 3, 5-5.
Yeah, there's not much you can do from that far out. They played good defense. They just got a good look from the outside.
Delaney connects for his 4th point of the game. He leads all scores. He's got 4. Lynx up 2, 7-5. As Olsen's going to walk the ball up the court for the Governors. 2:30 to go, first quarter. A lot of turnovers in the first 3 minutes, and that's a turnover right there by the Governors. Lynx ball.
Yep, he stepped on the sideline there, trying to gather himself. And again, when you play tough defense, it just forces the offense to try to speed up a little bit to work something with it. Sometimes you're comfortable with it, sometimes you're not. You get turnovers like that when you're not.
Schiefelbein is in the ball game, number 15 for the Governors. McInerney for his second 3. He buries it from the corner. He leads all scores. He's got 6, and he's a freshman. That's number 22 for the Lynx. Shot up, no good by number 13, Dilgus. Rebound, Hennon. As Knutson's going to push the ball up, Lynx grab their biggest lead. They're up 5, 10-5. Hennon, floater, good.
He's came into the game right away. I like it. He's more of your power rebounder. He's not a finesse rebounder, but he'll also give you some points off the bench as well, and that's what the Lynx going to need tonight.
Bench scoring has been big so far in this first quarter. Great defense by the Lynx. As that's going to be 5 Simon Tell, and now they go over to Sun and Shine. Now back to Sun and Shine. Simon Tell, no good. Great defense by the Lynx. And there's going to be a foul, though. First foul of the ball game, I believe.
Looks like it's going to be on number 22, Lincoln McInerney.
McInerney with his first foul of the ball game to the line is going to be Schiefelbein.
Schiefelbein, there you go.
That one is good, his first points of the ball game, as it looks like Mock Mayans back into the ball game for Delaney. So on the court is going to be Mayan 3, 24 is Miller, number 40 is Hennon, number 22 McInerney, and number 12 Knutson, respectively, for the Lynx. That free throw's no good. Hennon grabs his second rebound of this first quarter. Knutson finds McInerney. He's been red hot so far, and so has Hennon. Beautiful feed from McInerney to number 40 Hennon, and it's been all bench scoring, Bob, so far late in this first quarter.
You know, those 2 3-pointers that he made forces the defense to crash on him, and he hit Hennon going to the basket. Great pass.
Olsen, they do find Gatz. Gatz puts it up and no good. McInerney's going to grab the rebound, slows it up.
Good play by McInerney. He could sense people were behind him. He said, you know what, I'm going to get it back to our ball handler, and let's get something set up right at the end of half here and see if we can get a good look.
3 seconds are going to separate the shot clock from the game clock. As Miller and Knutson playing catch. Now Knutson's going to reset the offense with about 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, not the playing clock. Like I said, 3 seconds separated. Knutson's going to drive. He does find Miller for 3. No good. As McInerney picks up the loose ball. That one's no good, but that's going to do it for the first quarter and this SoDak16 Saturday in Brandon. Lynx up 14-6 over the Governors. Bob, let's talk about our Lynx TV sponsors.
All right, we've got our All-American sponsors, our Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our Lynx champion sponsors are Alliance Communication, American Family Insurance, Josh Krug Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and today's Family Dentistry. Thank you, sponsors, for making this game, a SoDak16 game, possible, and all of the games all throughout the year on Lynx TV and Alliance 226.
Thank you, sponsors. They are the reason we're able to do this on this Saturday in March and all around, let's just say, America, right? It is tournament time. It's March, right? And Bob and I,
March Madness.
Yeah, Bob and I had the privilege to go to the games last evening at the Summit tournament. That was pretty fun, wasn't it, Bob?
There was a lot of basketball played there. Some that was positive for the fans that were watching, some not so positive. I promised that I was not going to mention which one pertained to which, but tonight we have some exciting basketball right in front of us when the Lynx taking on the Governors.
Olsen, Governors. Now they go over to Simon Tao. They go underneath. It is out of bounds. You can't do that, right? It was the underneath the backboard.
No, but it got blocked by Mr. McInerney, I believe, and then then the Lynx got the ball. So we like the start. I think the nerves are kind of shaken out right now. Both teams have making some good moves and putting the ball in the hoop. So going to be a great game this afternoon.
Out of that quarter switch into the second quarter, Delaney's number 5. He's got the ball. He's got 4 points. McInerney's got 6 points. He's number 22 along with Knutson. He has the ball right now. He's number 12. Now Miller, 24, and Hennon, number 40, on the court for the Lynx. Now, Delaney. Shot clock's at 2. Got to get this one up. McInerney does. It is no good. It looked pretty good from there, as McInerney now is 2 for 4 from the field. Coming off the bench, he's got 2 threes. Great defense by Miller. Delaney's going to push it. They do slow it up. Lynx offense. Now Delaney pushes it over to McInerney. Dribbles his left hand. Tries to find Hennon. It is off his feet. Turnover Lynx. Now they get the ball back. Miller picks it off. And another turnover. 3 consecutive turnovers on each possession. How about we slow this one down a moment?
Yeah, we got to treasure every possession like it's our last one. We got to make sure that we're getting some opportunities on the offensive end. You don't need to have the fancy passes. We just need to have some good passes for some opportunities.
Simon Tell, he does go over to Getz. That one's no good. McInerney's going to grab the rebound, and he's going to push it for the Lynx. Let's slow it down on offense, Lynx, as they do. The veteran point guard, the senior point guard, Knutson, goes into Hennon. Now they find Delaney. That is a turnover. Lynx are up by 8, 14-6, as you can see on your screen. Great defense by McInerney. Now Delaney cuts it off. Jumper is no good by number 13, Dilgus. As it looks like
they're getting some really good looks. They're just kind of, balls are going in and out, and the Lynx are going to have to start making sure that they can extend a little bit of a lead here, because sooner or later those balls are going to start going through the hoop for the Governor.
Delaney good. He grabs it. 6 point of this one. Lynx are up to their biggest lead. It's 10 points. That's the first 2 points, Bob, of that second quarter. Delaney connects. It's a timeout.
You know, both teams are being very aggressive and jumping the passing lanes and so forth. And that's generating or causing the Lynx team to get some turnovers, but it's also on the defensive end. It's helping the Lynx from keeping the Governors to score. Now, we talked about this earlier. What kind of defense is the Lynx going to be playing tonight? Well, I think for at least this particular game, they're back to their very aggressive man-to-man defense, and right now it seems to be working. The Governors are getting some good looks, but their ball just isn't going through the hoop for them right now.
Absolutely. So on the court coming out of the timeout with 5:18 to go, first half. Lynx up by 10 is Mockman. He's number 3. Knutson 12. Delaney 5. 20's Dowd. And Zur is number 10 for the Lynx. They are in the white and red, and the Governors in green and white. Now, Governors going to Simontel. They do find Aharts. Now Olson. Olson drives, no good. Delaney's there with the rebound. Lynx up by 10. They want to build this lead gradually, right, Bob? You got to slow it down a little bit. We saw a lot of turnovers to start the second quarter, just like we saw in the first quarter, right? And that's going to be, I believe, a foul.
Looks like number 13, Dilgus, is first, and the first in the quarter on the Governors.
So both teams coming out of to start the game, rushing things a lot. Start of the second quarter, rushing things a lot. Settle a little bit down, and that's going to be a turnover on Maine.
Now, I know we've talked about this in previous broadcasts. The Lynx seem to like to pass from the free throw line to the three-point line extended into the post. Those are very difficult if you're an accomplished passer. That's another turnover right there. They tried to get it into the post, and they basically passed it out of bounds. It's just a very tough pass. So hopefully they can adjust their passing lanes a little bit and give their post players like Dowd and Hennon some opportunities in the post.
Simontel connects for the Governors. It's been a little while since they scored. Simontel now has 2 points. That's his first 2 points of this one, as the Lynx are up 8, 16-8. Dowd's back into the ball game for the Lynx. They go into Zur. I believe there's going to be a quick foul underneath. It's going to be on
number
5.
Simontal, his first and the team's second in the quarter.
Knutson finds Dowd. Now he's trapped in the corner. That's going to be Knutson. As
Gus Scott looks like he's in the game.
Gus Scott, the senior, number 2, he's in the ball game also for the Lynx.
And McInerney checked in, looks like.
Scott to inbound from the sideline. That's going to be Knutson. He does find McInerney. McInerney and Delaney lead all scorers for the Lynx. They respectively have 6 apiece. That one's off by Scott. Big rebound by number 11. That's going to be Aharts.
Yeah, that was a good looking shot. He just didn't happen to hit it, but he was wide open.
As Simontel, that one's no good. Big rebound though by number 13, Dilgus. That one is good. Lynx up 16-10 as the Governors have closed the lead a little bit here in the middle of the second quarter. As that's going to be Zur. Zur does find Knutson. McInerney. It's going to be a foul right there on number 10. I believe that's Getz.
Yes, and it is his first and the team's third. So they're starting to add up a little bit here in the third quarter.
Into the ball game is going to be number 40, Hennon, along with 5 is Delaney. Knutson's 12. He's going to inbound it. McInerney's right to his right on right by the three-point line, which he's been red hot from in this one. He's number 22, and Zur's number 10. Delaney for 3, and he buries it. He's got 9, Lynx up 19, or excuse me, 9.
Yeah, he shot that with a lot of confidence. He was in the shooter's position when he caught the ball and went right up.
Governors go inside to Getz. And there's going to be a quick foul.
Looks like probably Briggs. Knutson, his first, and the Lynx first in the quarter.
Sun and Shine, it comes back into the ball game for the Governors. As Lynx up by 9, 19-10. 3 fouls so far in this second quarter by the Governors. That one's off. Delaney with a big rebound. They do push it. They find Zur. McInerney looks like he's fouled. They don't call it, but Knutsen's there for 3. No good. Hennon, Delaney, quick foul though, I believe is going to be on number 4. Or
yep, Sunshine.
yeah,
And that should be number 4 fouls in the quarter on the Governors.
Sunshine's first foul of this one.
Yes.
He's got 3 points. Knutsen inbounds it to Zur. Now they're trying to find Hennon. They don't like it. Zur does find Hennon. Breaks the double team. That one's good. He's got 6.
You know, he just kind of powered that ball away from his defender and went up to the rim strong. I like the way he's playing today. He's playing with a lot of confidence. And he's getting an opportunity to play some more extended minutes. So that's got to build confidence in that realm as well.
Grant Hennon, he is a senior also. He's number 40. Lynx do have a lot of seniors on this team. That one is up and good by Simmental. As it is 21-12. Lynx have 5 seniors to be exact. That's going to be Zur. Now Delaney, he's got 9. He leads all scores. Looking for Zur. He does find McInerney. Knutsen, Zur. Kind of a forced pass there, Bob. You don't want to see so much of a forced pass. I know they want to focus underneath, but when it's not open, it's not open.
Yeah, and they're very aggressive in guarding the ball, so that forces the Knutsen out further away from the basket. So, yeah, they just got to settle down and make more reliable passes. I know that they might be calling for a post pass, but if it's not there, it's not there. We don't want to end up with a turnover like we got.
Olsen, 3's no good. Rebound by Sun and Shine. And now they find Simmental. Dilgus. Olsen for 3, no good. It's going to be a quick foul on number 5, I believe.
It is. That's going to be Simmental, his second, and the 5th team foul in the quarter. So I believe we might be shooting some free throws right now for the rest of the first half.
As we walk to the line, I think it's going to be Mock Mann to shoot the free throws one-on-one. Mann looking for his first points of this one. Lynx up by 9. That one is good. Lynx they're tied for their biggest lead of this one, and Mann's going to try to connect on his second one to grab the biggest lead of this one at 11. Lynx up 22-12, 1:04 to go. First half, in a fast-paced first half. Mann connects on the second free throw. He's got 2. Lynx up by 11.
Yeah, both teams are playing very good defense. Both of them are averaging, making their opponents average. Mock Mann might have got called on a foul, but boy, that block sure looked good.
Yeah, it looked like a clean block. Maybe a little bit of body. Maybe that's what they're going to call, but that's going to be Mann's first. As number 10 gets, he's going to go to the free throw line. He does connect on that one. That's his first points of this ball game. Second free throw is good. As it's 23, should be 14. They do switch the scoreboard right there. So it is 23-14. We're under a minute to go with 40 seconds in the first half on a SoDak16 Saturday. There's a quick foul. Nope, it's going to be a timeout by Coach Nelson and the Lynx. I believe it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Yeah, it looks like Coach Nelson and his staff trying to draw up and get a true offensive play here.
Yeah, I think they were a little disorganized, if you will, and you just want to make sure that we get one good last look. Right now they've got a 9-point lead. Like I was saying before the foul on Mann, both of the defenses are playing very well. Pierre typically gives up about 62 points a game, but if you divide that in half, the Lynx are 8 points below that, and The Lynx usually give up about 48 points, and the Governors are below that. So the defenses are doing their job, and the offenses are starting to come alive at both ends just a little bit.
As Lynx come out of that timeout, quick timeout by Coach Nelson. As Lynx are going to be on offense, Mahan's going to inbound. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock, as it looks like the Governors are going into a 1-3-1 zone, as it's going to be Delaney. I don't know if the Lynx anticipated that. Oh, as Delaney wanted to find Mahan for the dunk on that alley-oop. It does not work. Looks like Governors are going to hold for the last shot of this first half. McInerney almost with the steal. That's it's going to be Olsen. Man there with the block. Great defense by the Lynx to finish that one out, as Mann with a huge block on Olsen. That's going to do it for the first half. Lynx on top so far in this one through 2 quarters, 23-14 on a Sweet 16 afternoon to punch the ticket into the state tournament in 11AA.
Yeah, the defenses are definitely right now reigning supreme in this first half. It was nice to see that the Lynx got their offense going just a little bit after a very slow start. Now, you can say bad offense. I would like to say both teams are probably playing very good defense and holding their opponents down a little bit. They're getting some steals, they're getting hands in the passing lane, that type of thing. And it'll be interesting to see what the coaches do at halftime to draw up something that's a little bit different on the offensive end. But it looks like we're getting ready to have a cheerleading demonstration out on the court at halftime. So we're going to let you watch the cheerleading demonstration, and we'll be back in a few.
right, and welcome back as we're about to start the second quarter of this Saturday matchup in the Sweet 16. They call it the SoDak16 in the state of South Dakota in 11AA, as your Lynx walking into the halftime up 23-14, and on the court to start this second half is going to be 5 Delaney, 10 is Zur, 12 Knutson, 20 Dowd, and 3 is Mayan for your Lynx. There is a stoppage of play.
Yeah, they were just making sure that everybody, the scorers table is all good to go. And
making
more
sure they're awake?
The possession arrow.
Were they making sure they were awake, or?
Well, maybe.
Okay, all right. Dowd, Knutson, now Delaney. As you can see on the left side of your screen, that's going to be Delaney. His second 3 of the ball game, and he opens it up in the second half. He's got 12. Lynx capitalize on that one, and their biggest lead is now 12.
Yeah, that was just a good way to start the second half to get everybody on the right foot.
There's a quick foul on Zur, I believe.
Number 12, I think. They gave it to Knutson, I think.
Did they?
That's his second, I believe. That's
okay.
the first foul in the quarter. Now, I was just watching the official, so.
Were you?
We don't know who necessarily committed the foul, but we know who they assigned it to.
Olsen, guarded by Delaney. Now they're going to swing it back to Olsen. They try to go inside. They do find Sun and Shine. Now Simon Tao. Olsen dribbles his left hand, 15 seconds on the shot clock. He's cut off by Mayan. That shot is no good. Good rebound by Olsen as number 5, Sementel, is good, as he's going to try for a 3-point play. He's got 6 points in this one.
That's Mayan's second.
Mock Mayan's second foul of this one. That one's good. Simentel's got 7 to lead all scores for the Governors. Delaney cut off. Now he finds Knutson. They're going to push it over to Zur. They really want to find Dowd. Dowd, I believe, doesn't not have a field goal attempt so far in the first half, but that's going to be a quick foul on Dilgus, his second. Inbound play by Delaney. They do find Mayan. It's going to be another foul. That may be on Dilgus also.
I think they gave it to Sun and Shine, number 4, which is also his second.
Yeah, Sun and Shine's got 2 also. Knutson on your left of your screen underneath the backboard almost. As Dowd looking for Delaney. Delaney's got 12. Good defense by Simentel for the Governors. Shot clock is at 30 as Mayan. Now Delaney. Delaney dribbles with the right hand. Good defense again by the Governors. Dowd's there to pick it up. Finds Delaney, and that one is good. Delaney with 14.
What a good pass from Dowd. He immediately wasn't necessarily looking to shoot, but he looked for his open teammate and got a much better shot.
Inside to Getz. That one's no good. Good defense by the Lynx. Here comes Zur. As the whole crowd was telling him that Sun and Shine was right behind him trying to pick that one off. Delaney for 3. No good.
Boy, it looked good from here.
As that's going to be Governor's ball. Pick up the rebound. Olsen, the point guard. He's going to swing it over to Sun and Shine. They go underneath.
Stepped on the end line.
To Getz, or excuse me, Dilgus, and that's a turnover, like Bob said.
Yep, stepped on the end line. I tell you what, I've been very impressed. I've been to a fair number of these SoDak16 games, and most of the time you see huge crowds on the home teams, but I'm very impressed with the number of people that we've got sitting over on the Pierre Governor's sideline.
Delaney, he's got 14. He swings it over to Zur. They do find Dowd underneath. and he's going to go to the free throw line, I believe.
Gets, I think, yep, number 10 gets his second. So there's fouls are starting to add up a little bit on the Governor's side. But he was not going to let that ball go in the hoop. He had a strong hold of it, and he wasn't going to let it get up there.
Dowd attempting his first free throw this one. It is good. Lynx up by 12. That's his first point of this one. Dowd is a sophomore for the Lynx. Second one, good. Lynx grabbed their biggest lead, and it's now 13-30-17.
Yeah, I like the way the third quarter is starting off for the Lynx. They're playing aggressive on defense, and then they're making a concerted effort to get the ball underneath to try to either generate points or fouls.
Olsen up, good. Olsen, the point guard for the Governors. He now has 2 points as Zur finds Knutson. Miller's back into the ball game for the Lynx. He's number 24. He took out Mayan. Now Miller. Zone defense, 1-3-1 from the Governors. They find Dowd. Dowd with his fourth point of this ball game, coming in the last 30 seconds of this one.
You know, Ken, we talked about it earlier in the game. Those passes from the side versus the top are much easier for the post to handle. He passed it almost a good all the way across the lane to get an easy bucket underneath.
Sun and Shine for 3. That one is good by number 4 for the Governors. He's got 6. Knutson trying to break the zone. As you can see that zone keeps on turning. They find Knutson wide open, no good. That's what happens in the zone if you don't have a lot of coverage, Bob, or that backside sinks in, somebody's going to be wide open.
Yes, they are.
Now the Governors, they swing it. Olsen with his first 2 points on the last possession. And that's going to be Getz. That's no good. Zur with a big rebound there as Delaney's going to push it for the Lynx. Miller drives baseline. Beautiful pass to Delaney. That one's no good as Dowd tried to grab that rebound. Governors are going to push it. Olsen finds Sun and Shine. That one is knocked out by Delaney. Delaney dribbles, finds Zur, good. Quick timeout by Coach Nelson. That's going to be a full timeout. And let's talk about our Lynx TV sponsors.
All right, our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Sunshine Food Stores, and today's Family Dentistry. Our MVP sponsors are Sanford Health and Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Sanford Health and Brandon, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, and First Dakota National Bank. And our All-American sponsors are Sioux Valley Energy, Sanford Health, Midcoat Communications, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Aspen Ridge, and Alliance Communications. Thank you again, all of our sponsors, for today's making this game possible today.
Absolutely. Thank you, sponsors. You are the reason we're able to do this and bring this to you live on Lynx TV on the channel 226 on Alliance Communications and Lynx YouTube around the world. Welcome to the SoDak16 11AA, or excuse me, AA, basically in, I said 11AA, right?
You're thinking football, Ken.
Right?
You're thinking
football is already on my mind as we're in tournament time in basketball. Things just keep on turning, don't they, Bob?
They most certainly do.
Yeah, the clock does not stop as Lynx coming into this one, the number 2 seed in the SoDak16, and they're looking to punch their ticket with a quarter and a half to go into the state tournament. That one underneath.
Travel.
It's going to be a traveling call on A. Hartz. This is going to be a turnover on the Governors.
McInerney come flying in for the block, and he saw it coming, and he took that extra step and forced a travel.
Full court pressure as Scott's into the ball game for the Lynx also. as the press came on for the Governors quick. That shot is good by Simmental. Simmental's got 9 to lead all scores for the Governors. You can see the full court press by the Governors now. Knutson breaks it, finds Hennon. Hennon in the ball game also for the Lynx. Scott dribbles, finds Miller, and it's going to be a quick foul on Olsen.
It is on Olsen, his first and the 4th foul thus far in the quarter for the Governors. So any more fouls in this quarter, and the Lynx will be shooting 2.
Mock Mahan comes in for Gus Scott. He's number 3. So on the court is 3 Mahan, 12 Knutson, 24. He's got the ball. That's Miller. Tries to find Mahan. Steal. 40's Hennon, and 22 is McInerney. Sun and Shine. Over to Olsen. That 3 is good. Governors are saying we're in this one, and they are back in this one. They are down 7. Quick timeout, Lynx.
Yeah, they had a couple of turnovers going up and down the deal. All of a sudden they got a couple of good shots, and now we've got a 7-point ball game. So the coach wants to say, all right, we need to stop the momentum now. It looks like Zer's coming back into the game, and it looks like Landon Delaney will be checking back in for the Lynx here coming out of the timeout. So he saw some things he didn't like, and they wanted to make the adjustments right away while you still got a 7-point lead.
As the Governors are led by Brianna Kussler. She is the only female head basketball coach in the boys basketball in the state of South Dakota.
There's a trendsetter. She was quite a player in her own right, and doing an excellent job on the coaching sideline as well.
Absolutely, she does a fantastic job, and hats off to her. As that's going to be Knutson, finds Delaney. Good defense by Olsen. He just hit a 3 for the Governors. You can see on your bottom of the screen as Zer's going to inbound. Delaney right to his right with Hennon 40. 3 is Mahan at the top of the key along with Knutson. Now Delaney. He's going to dribble, trying to break this 1-3-1 zone. You see the Governors are in that 1-3-1 zone as Sun and Shine runs the baseline in that 1-3-1 zone, and it is a turnover. Looks like that zone's really causing the Lynx to kind of 1-3-1 zones is a different type of zone, right? You don't see a ton of it. You usually see like a 2-3 zone. 1-3-1 zone kind of spreads you super wide, and you can see that from the Lynx.
Offensive foul on number 5, Simmental, his 3rd. And the Lynx get the ball. Now, how do you break that, Ken? When you've got the ball, we'll say out on our left side of the court, you use your post person to pick the far back person on your right-hand side, which opens up the 3-point lane for shots.
You got to have tremendous ball movement in the zone. You got to make that zone work, right? They got to move. Olsen with the pick. They find Olsen again, dribbles with his left hand, and that's going to be a quick foul on Knutson. It's going to be his 3rd. Briggs Knutson, the point guard for the Lynx, picks up his 3rd foul. Lynx are up by 7, 34-27. 1:14 to go, 3rd quarter. Governor's ball. A-Hearts. They do find Sun and Shine. It's no good. It's going to be out of bounds on the Governors.
Yep, it was tipped. Knutson did a good job of not trying to grab that ball because if he would have grabbed it, it would have been off his hands. It would have been a Governor's ball.
So Lynx up by 7. Their biggest lead was 13. And as Coach Kussler changed things up, it's really a chess match right between Nelson and Kussler here. How do the Lynx break this 1-3-1 zone? Now they jump into a 2-3 zone. You see how they're switching things up on the fly. And that will break it if you're hitting threes from the outside in any type of zone. Zur picks up his 5th point, Lynx up by 10.
You know, he found the soft spot, and on that, it's that shot right from the extended free throw line is the soft spot in that particular zone.
Sun and shine, the shot clock to the play clock match each other. Delaney guards Olsen. Good dribbling by Olsen, as it's going to be a quick foul, I believe, on Hennon. We'll see who they call it on, but Dilgus is going to go to
They're going to give it to Mahan. That's his 3rd.
Mahan?
If it is indeed on Mahan, and I believe it is. I believe that's his 3rd.
His 3rd foul of the ball game, like Bob said. Lynx coming into this one 17-3 on the season. Governors 6-14. Into the ball game is McInerney and Dowd for Mahan and Hannon.
Yeah, you don't want to have Mahan pick up a cheap foul right at the end of the quarter here.
That one's up. No good. Lynx are going to try to find this last shot. That's going to be Knutson. That is no good. That's going to do it for that 3rd quarter here in Brandon, South Dakota. Lynx keep their lead at 10. It's 37-27.
You know, both teams played tremendous defense. The Governors came out and kind of threw them a little surprise in the zone. It took them most of the quarter to kind of solve and figure out where the soft spot was on that. So don't be surprised if the coach for the Governors changes up their defense just a little bit, just because now that the Lynx have maybe found something, you don't want to give them that same look coming into the 4th quarter.
Well, they went from a 1-3-1 zone, Bob, and then all of a sudden, so they were literally in a 1-3-1 zone. They were in it. Lynx had the ball offensively, and they switched in mid-play to a 2-3.
Right, to kind of match what the Lynx were trying to run against the 1-3-1.
And then Zur hit the 3.
Yep.
So you pick your poison, really, if you're not able to get there on defensively on the zone. If that zone is not moving fast enough, there's going to be somebody wide open for 3.
And on the zone, if they're doing a 1-3-1, setting a pick on either of those outside guys in that 3 row will open up the 3-pointer on that far side. But you have to have your post player set that pick on away from the ball.
On the court coming into the 4th quarter is going to be Delaney. He's guarding Olsen right now, along with Zur. He just had a 3. You have Dowd and McInerney and Knutson. There's going to be a quick foul on Dowd. As number 10, Getz, is going to go to the free throw line for the Governors. That one's up and no good.
The Governors have been missing some valuable opportunities to score points with the clock stopped the last couple of trips down the court.
2nd free throw from Getz is good. Getz now for the Governors got 3 points. Full court pressure still by the Governors. Lynx looking to break it. They do. They get over the timeline as it's going to be Knutson. Now you see a 1-3-1 zone by the Governors again. Now Knutson. He does find McInerney for 3. It is no good. That would have been the 3rd 3 from McInerney as Zur puts up the tip back. It is no good. Governors ball. Governors down by 9.
That was a couple of really good offensive looks. The ball just didn't drop for him.
There's Sun and Shine. He goes over to Olsen. Now they go right into Dilgus. That one from Olsen is no good. Delaney with the rebound, and it's going to be off Dilgus. Lynx ball.
So it looks like the wrinkle that the Governors brought into the fourth quarter is a full court press, which is a 1-2-2, wanting to trap in the corners just across half court.
It's going to be out of bounds on the Governors, as Knutsen's going to inbound the ball from right in front of his bench. Delaney resetting the offense. 6:45 to go in this state qualifying match, and that's a good bucket by Dowd. Lynx up by 11 again. Quick timeout by the Governors, and it's going to be a full timeout. Bob, let's talk about our Lynx TV sponsors again.
All right, our All-American sponsors are Alliance Communications, Aspen Ridge, Coca-Cola Bottling, Chesterman Company, Midco Communications, Sanford Health, and Sioux Valley Energy. Our MVP sponsors are First Dakota National Bank, Rogers Plumbing and Heating, Sanford Health in Brandon, and Sanford Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And our champion sponsors are Alliance Communications, American Family Insurance, Josh Koob Agency, Brandon Ace Hardware, Brandon Lumber Company, Heartland Funeral Home, Horizon Pet Care, Quick Star, Sioux Falls Specialty Hospitals, Sunshine Food Stores, and Today's Family Dentistry. Thank you, sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors, for all you do for Lynx TV, and what you do in the community is tremendous. So we want to thank you, a special thank you to all of those businesses that are able to bring this live for you. Bob, this is game number 11 that we've called, right, this year?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
It has.
All right. I'm just making sure you're having fun.
Oh, if it got any better, it'd be illegal.
Fourth quarter, SoDak16 coming out of the Governor's timeout. As Coach Kussler called that one, it was a full timeout. Lynx up by 11. As on the court for the Lynx is going to be Zur. He grabs that interception, we'll call it. Kind of football talk here. As Knutsen, he's going to go over to McInerney. You do see now a 2-3 zone. Now they're going to stay in the 1-3-1. Now they need to swing it to the backside of this 1-3-1 zone. They can't sit here and play catch in this corner. They do. McInerney, as Zur really broke that actual zone, he connects for his 9th point.
When that bottom part when that bottom person on that 1-3-1 zone had to cover the corner, Zur sees that, okay, that bottom whole side is open, and he's got a direct pass in from the corner. There's nobody there to block it.
Lynx tie their biggest lead of this one. It is at 13. There's going to be a quick foul on Knutsen. I believe that's number 4. So he's going to come out of the ball game. Mock Mayen's going to come in for him.
It says 12 has 5.
Now he's got 5. Is Bob's board wrong?
No, I got to believe it's the board up there, but he came out of the game anyway.
Okay.
There's no way mine could possibly be incorrect.
Dilgus hands it over to Olsen. Good switch by Dowd. As there's Olsen again. He's 15 seconds on the shot clock. Delaney does fall. Delaney with the rebound. As Lynx going to slow it up. No, they're going to push it. They go over to Mayen. Governor's still in this zone, as it gave fits to the Lynx early in the third quarter. The Lynx have capitalized on a couple big threes so far. Delaney good.
Nice pass. But again, on that zone, if you can get a guy to break down the lane and get a good passing lane, that's what you saw there, and Delaney made a nice bucket.
Lynx's biggest lead now is 15, as that almost matches what Delaney has. He's got 16. Olsen with the reverse layup. It is good. 30-second timeout by the Governors as Olsen grabs his 7th point of this one.
Yeah, that was a good play by a good design by the Governors there for that basket. The Lynx are starting to figure things out down at this end, pinpointing where the weaknesses is of that zone. And so it'll be interesting to see if the Governors change that up just a little bit now that the Lynx have figured it out. But right now you've got a 13-point lead. We've got just a little over about 4:44 to go in the game. So right now it's looking positive for the Lynx. They just need to maintain their defensive intensity and see if they can bring home the win here.
Lynx biggest lead is sitting at right now 13 as it's 43-30. The winner of this one today punches their ticket into the state tournament, which is going to be held in Rapid City on the 20th, Bob?
Yeah, the 20th through the 22nd.
All right.
So this winner will be playing on Thursday the 20th regardless. So if you're thinking about wanting to get to some state tournaments, you might want to get out and get your room booked so you can see some great basketball at the state tournament.
There is a pickoff by number 10 Gatz as Governor's trying to push it here, coming off that full court press. That one's no good by Simon Tell as Hennon's there for the rebound. He's into the ball game for the Lynx now. Lynx push it, find McInerney, up, good! McInerney with his 8th point of this one off the bench. He's been big so far in bench play from Hennon and McInerney have been huge in this SoDak16 game. Pick off by Hennon. They do find Zur. Great pass by Delaney. Up and good. And now Zur goes into double figures. He's got 11.
You know, he could hear those steps coming, and he stopped and let him fly on by.
17-point lead. Governors take a timeout as Lynx up 47-30 with just under 4 minutes to go, Bob.
Yeah, they needed to kind of stop the momentum here a little bit and see if they can get some stops and, more importantly, get some points on the opposite end because the Lynx are playing good defense and they're making it very difficult for the Governors.
As these teams met earlier in the year and the Lynx won pretty handily, right, Bob? What was it?
Double digits.
Yeah, double digits. So Lynx are protecting their home court as these seniors know this is the last ball game on this court for them. Let's protect it and let's punch our ticket into the biggest tournament of the year, and that's the state tournament.
That's absolutely correct. And it's a big deal. So it's not only just let's go play some basketball games. There's a lot of pageantry involved. There's a lot of pride involved for all the teams getting to go there. But whole town shut down state basketball time because they all want to support their hometown team. And I know the Lynx team travels well. A lot of teams travel real well, but the Lynx do support their teams no matter where it is, even across the state out in Rapid City at the Monument where they play the games.
Yeah, if this lead holds for the Lynx with 3:45 to go in this one, both the Lady Lynx and the Boys Lynx will be respectively in the state tournament come next weekend and the following weekend. 3 ball from Ahertz, no good. Mayans there for a big rebound. Zur finds Delaney. He was going up for, I believe, a dunk, right? And it's going to be a hard foul.
I believe it was. I think it's going to be on number 23 it is. And that looks like his second unless my math is wrong again.
So Zur was returning the favor, right? The last possession as Delaney found him for that full court pass, and good by Zur as he tries to find Delaney there, his fellow senior. Delaney at the free throw line. He does have 17 in this one.
Now, unlike when Zur came down, Delaney did not hear the big footsteps coming behind him and went up for the dunk, and they fouled him. It was a good foul. He was trying to get the block, so.
Delaney has 17. I predicted that one as he did have 16 before that free throw. Olsen connects for his 9-point for the Governors. Now Miller's into the ball game for the Lynx. Miller resets the offense, just under 3 minutes to go.
They're out of their zone, it looks like. Now they're back to man-to-man.
16-point lead for the Lynx as Delaney dribbles between his legs. You can see at the top of your, or excuse me, on the right of your screen. Delaney. Up Good. Delaney with his 19th point. Lynx' biggest lead is 18, and that's where we're at, 50-32.
Yeah, it is really tough with the zone defense to be ultra aggressive out there without opening yourself wide open. So that's why they had to go to man-to-man.
And Getz connects for an answer for 3. He connects. That's number 10 for the Governors. He's got 6 points. Lynx up by 15, 50-35 as Mann's going to go to the bench as McInerney comes in for him. On the court is Hennon, 40. 5 is Delaney, 24 is Miller. Zer's 10, McInerney's 22. Quick timeout by Zer. I believe that's going to be a 30-second timeout. No, they're going to say it's a full timeout for the Lynx.
Yeah, he did not want to get the 5-second call and create a turnover. So the Lynx had a spare foul to use, or excuse me, spare timeout to use in the last part of this quarter. So they'll kind of discuss what they want to do on the inbounds, make sure they get the ball in. So that's good use of a timeout by the player, because that was called by Aiden Zer down at the end when he knew that it looks like it was running out and didn't have a good option.
Absolutely. As you can see, the Lynx right now with a 15-point lead and full command of this one. It's been ever since, I would say, probably as we tipped into the second quarter, right? Lynx were up by 8, 14-6. And the second quarter started pretty slow, right? A lot of turnovers. I think we saw 3 consecutive for both teams, what I mean. But everything settled down for the Lynx a little bit. And when they found a way to break that zone, we talked about that 1-3-1 zone for the Governors. That's when the tide really in the waterfall started to happen for the Lynx, right?
It did. The game started to slow down for them a little bit, and the passes were becoming more obvious for them, and they were making them, and the offense started to click a little bit.
Delaney, they need to break this zone. They need to go over the timeline. They do get it over. Beautiful pass. Delaney. Hennon is good. Hennon with 8 points now off the bench. He's number 40. That's Grant Hennon. He's a senior also. Great defense by the Lynx. They are up 17. Olsen, he's got 9. Now they try to go in to Getz. Great defense by Hennon. He says, no, that's my ball. And it's going to be a quick foul by Getz, I believe. It's going to be his 3rd, I believe.
On number 5, Simital. That's his 4th.
All right, into the ball game for the Lynx is going to be Gus Scott, number 2, and number 34 is Mason Ennis for his first minutes of this one. Miller, Scott, 1:40 to go.
Like I said, the Lynx don't necessarily need points. They just need the clock to move.
There's a quick trap on Delaney. Somebody's open. As Mason Ennis dribbles it off of his foot, out of bounds on the Lynx. 1:25 to go. Lynx in command, 17-point lead, 52-35. Getz for 3 from the corner. Beautiful shot from the corner. Getz, he's got 9 now for 3. Lynx up by 14. There's a quick turnover. Olsen connects. 5.5-second turnaround right there. Lynx are up by 12.
So I think the Governors might have used their last timeout. We'll see. Seems like they had one before, and we'll see how that goes. But it was a good timeout. Yep, it was their last timeout. It was a good timeout for the Governors. They needed to stop the clock, get regrouped, see if they can make one last push here in the last minute and 2 seconds.
It's going to be a full timeout for the Governors. Like Bob said, it's their last time out. Lynx right now, they have 1 timeout remaining. 1:02 to go. 5-point series right there. We didn't even get across the timeline there, and there's 5 points, right? As Getz hit from the corner, and then Olsen picked it off, went in for a layup. It's a 5-point lead. or excuse me, 5.5. I would say within 5 to 10 seconds there.
Turnaround.
Yeah, the Lynx were up 17, and now their lead is 12.
So they got the full court because that's what they got to do. Because if not, you don't win tonight, you get to go home. So for the rest of the season.
Miller, they do find Delaney. Now back over to Miller. They need to find a way to drop that zone. Olsen's been all over that. Another pickoff by Olsen, and he finds sun and shine for his 11th point. It's a quick foul.
I think it's going to be on Luke Olsen, no?
Is it?
Yeah, Luke Olsen. It's like his third. Looks like that's still only the third team foul for either teams in the quarter. So
Olsen leads all scores for the Governors. He's got 11. Delaney, another turnover, third consecutive. This three goes in. We have a new ball game. It does not, as Aharts does miss from 3 there. Lynx still up by 10. As that full court pressure.
Looks like Dawson gets his third.
Has really bothered the Lynx here in the last minute and a half. Miller. Got to find somebody. There's a trap. Ten-second violation there. Turnover. Shot clock is off. 10-point lead. And thank goodness we had a big lead.
They got to close out games.
There's going to be a foul on Scott as Olsen drives. Scott is going to pick up his first foul of this one. Olsen's going to go to the free throw line. Lynx still up by 10, 52 to 42.
Was he shooting?
I believe so. As we're going to have a stoppage of play.
I think Aiden Zer might be down with a little bit of blood work on the arm there. Just getting that cleaned up because safety is important at all levels of basketball.
So that's going to be our stoppage of play. As you don't see it on your screen, it's right down to the left here, off your screen.
But they do get a little bit of time to get that cleaned up and make sure that it's covered accordingly. And it looks like one of the Governor's players is also going to get cleaned up a little bit right about the same area at the end of the Lynx bench. So again, it's all about safety here, and anytime you've got blood involved and it's exposed blood, they got to make sure they clean it up with the right disinfectants and so forth to make sure that we don't run into any issues.
Zer comes back into your screen there as Getz
is down there getting the same kind of work there, but just want to make sure everything's good there. But you get so much time in high school basketball to get that addressed, and in this particular case, is a little bit on his jersey as well, but they got to make sure they get cleaned up as well. It's just not the skin contact.
Stoppage of play as they're going to call for somebody to come into the ball game.
Well, Getz is leaving, and 13 Dilgus is coming in for him, and Getz will sit down and be a sub at the next stop.
As Olsen misses the free throw. Second attempt here for Olsen. That was Gus Scott's first foul of this one. Second one's no good, and he grabs the rebound, and I believe, no, he's not going to quite go to the free throw line yet. That's team foul number 4. No, he is.
Well, it was 4 on the, it was 4 and that made number 5. So.
All right. So Gus Scott, the senior, looking for his first points of this one. He's going to go to the free throw line. 21.4 seconds to go in this one. Scott's up and good. He does connect. His first point of the ball game. Lynx up by double digits still, 11. That one's no good. as it's going to be Olson under 20 seconds. He drives, looks like a travel, they don't call it. That's going to be Aharts, and Delaney there with a big rebound, and it's going to be a reach-in foul by number 10, Getz. And Delaney, he's going to go to the free throw line. Getz has got 4. Delaney up, no good. Delaney's got 19 in this one, as number 32 is going to come into the ball game for the Lynx. We don't have
Tristan Delaney.
Tristan Delaney.
I believe that might be Landon's little brother that's a sophomore.
He's not going to have an opportunity to come into the ball game, as Delaney's older brother, Landon, missed that free throw, and that's going to do it as the Lynx are victorious on the SoDak16 Saturday matinee, and they punch their ticket into the AA state tournament, 53-42. And what a ball game by the Lynx, as they did find some offense. There was, jitters, right? Jitters to start the ball game as it's tournament time, and then all of a sudden you're just picking up, right? You're just going to completely pick up the momentum, and that's what we've seen there.
At the end of the game, they've got some things to practice on over the next week and a half or so on how to bust full court presses and that kind of thing. But when you come out with a win's a win at this time of the year. And the Lynx were able to do that. 11-point victory. It was a lot bigger than that, but the Governor really found a way with that press to score, what, 7 real late in the game to tighten this ball game.
Absolutely. The Lynx punched their ticket into the the state tournament on SoDak16, the Sweet 16 here in South Dakota. As you can see, all the players receiving their medals. And the trophy presentation is presented to Coach Nelson. And we'll turn it over to our PA announcer to give you this one real quick. And that will do it, as you can see the Lynx team with the trophy at the middle of the court there, as they punch their ticket into the state tournament, and they will cut down the net here in just a little bit. But that is going to do it for us, Bob, on this basketball season. It's been a blast.
It has. It's been a great season. We've got to see some excellent basketball, and we had the honor to be able to call it every game this year.
Absolutely, and hats off to our Lynx TV sponsors. They are the reason, really, that we're able to do this and bring this to you live. And on this Saturday, it's going to turn beautiful, and I'm not going to talk about next weekend, but right now we're going to celebrate this as the Lynx, and you're going to see on here the Lynx taking the picture there, and then they'll start cutting down the nets. but your Lynx are victorious over the Governors 53-42 as the Lynx punch their ticket into the state tournament in 11AA, and they will be traveling to Rapid City in 2 weeks from now, from the 20th to the 22nd. If you have the chance, it'll be on public television, I know that. But if you have a chance to go there, hopefully it's warm out there, you have a chance to go cheer on the Lynx, the Lady Lynx, and the Men's Lynx. Take the opportunity to do it, because both these teams are really, really good.
All right, Ken, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an honor. And Bob, you do a tremendous job. I know I mentioned it a few times on the air, but the wealth of knowledge and the work behind the scenes that Bob does, and we get stats and all these things, right? But we get them from the coaches, right? And Bob does all that work. So hats off to you, and you do a tremendous job coloring and filling in. Sometimes on the girls' color too, right? And so hats off to you. It's been a good 24-25, and we're going to be back. Bob and I will be back with you for football in the fall time. But more importantly, go and cheer on these teams, because it doesn't happen all the time that both Lady Lynx and Men's Lynx punch their tickets in the state tournament and have a chance for a state title in basketball. And it's such a rich tradition here in Brandon, as the football team, lost in the state title game, but they were there, right? And so that's a big deal. So as we connect off the air on this Saturday, hats off to the Lynx girls and boys on this SoDak weekend, Friday and Saturday. Lynx are victorious today, 53-42 over the Governors, and they punch their ticket into the state tournament. For Bob Arnold, I'm Ken McEwen. Have a great rest of your let's just call it, well, it hasn't even really been winter, right, Bob? The rest of your springish winter.
Winter activity season.
Yeah, and summer, we'll see you right back in the fall.
Good night,
night.
everyone.